Hi, this is Kate and welcome to the Ordinary Earth Song. Hope you're all well. It's a lovely spring day. It is quite it's not warm, but it's very sunny. It's a nice day today. It's gorgeous. And it is the middle of March. We've just had the full moon and an eclipse of the moon as well, so it's a blood moon. Lots of energy around, which is kind of cool. So I thought I would do a reading today. Make it a pick a card. Why not? Indeed, why not? I'm enjoying the pick a cards actually. It's kind of cool. So let's have a look, shall we? What shall we use as the indicator cards? Let's go for good old Archetypes deck. Da, da, da. I better not sing that, it might be copyrighted, eh? Doubt it. It's old enough. It's like, although they say happy birthday was copyrighted at one point. Which is kind of nuts. Does anybody else find the happy birthday song to be kind of dirgy? It's not the most uplifting thing on the planet, is it? So I'm just putting some cards back in the deck here. Because what I do every Sunday, I do my own little reading, and in fact, those two wanted to come out. Okay, so those are indicator cards. Let's see, what have we got here? We've got the comic. I've never ever seen that card before. It's kind of cool. And the healer. That's two very different cards there. Let's get a third one, shall we? Can we have another card for group 3, please? That one. Okay. And the hunter. Wow. Look at that. 3 completely different energies going on there. So, pop those there. These are the choices. As they say, you can watch all 3 readings. You can pick and choose, do what you fancy. If none of these resonate with you, then we'll see you at the next one. But yeah, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. The comic, the healer, the hunter. Interesting and extremely different cards. So this is going to be a good reading. Fantastic. I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Reading number 1. This is the comic card. It's kind of dark comic, don't you think? I'm going to pop the light on actually. Just because, even though it's quite sunny, get some more light on this. Look at this. It's kind of sad looking. I know clowns are traditionally sad looking, like they've got sad. Some of them have sad faces painted on, don't they? And see, straight away I'm getting that kind of putting on the front of being happy, like fake happy. The comic can be one of the saddest people in the room. This feels really sad to me. I don't know what you get from that, but that feels really sad to me. Look at this cat. Not a happy cat. It's crying. Interesting. I kind of want to see what the book says, actually. XXVI. XXVI. Here we go. The Joker, the Clown, the Fool. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there's always the potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a highly advanced mind. Some may use the word genius, as humour requires one to see the situation from afar rather than to be swept away by the drama. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as material to be mixed and shaped in a potential potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. I wanted to say potential, shaped into potential. They literally lighten us up. Thus, within the comic is usually the sage or the magician working healing magic upon our audience, who will lend an ear. The comic may be the archetype that heals a deep division in our world, one pun at a time. I mean, yes, the comic is definitely one of the most observant people in the room. But this still feels really sad to me. It feels lonely. It feels like being the comic is a bit of a defense mechanism. But it's also a means to connect, a means to express, a means to make light of situations, point things out within situations, and bring laughter to others whilst making that expression. And weirdly, as I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing an aura around it. It's kind of a pale blue. It is. Now I wonder if the other cards have got that as well. We'll have to find out, eh? Okay. So that's the impression I've got, and that's what the book says. Let's pop that over there for now. And let's see what the tarot has to share. This is a message for pile 1, the comic. Okay. They pinged out, didn't they? 9 of Wands. Standing guard. Also feels like the end of a long journey. It's been hard getting there. 7 of Swords. Kind of sneaky, secretive, but clever energy. Queen of Wands. This is a very familiar reading. The World. And the 5 of Wands. Three of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Four of Cups. This is mixed energy. We've got the coming to an end of a journey, and also the Nine of Cups, which is additionally coming to the end of something, but in a much more celebratory way. This is a water card, and this is a fire card. This is coming to the end of after a long struggle. Keeping guard. Holding back. Feels like it's holding back. Seven of Swords. Feels sneaky. But it's got a target. It's moving towards something. It's finding the way forward. And it's not sneaky. It's intuitively led. It's under the moon, under the full moon in actual fact. Intuitively led action. It's moving forward in your own way. Queen of Wands. It's in the palm of your hand. She's really excited. Energy. She's got her. I never noticed a black cat before actually. The world. That's everything connected. Following your intuition. Coming to the end of a journey. Standing guard. So it feels like there is an ending, but there's also this new beginning, this connection, this following your intuition into a new world almost. Five of Wands under the Nine of Wands. This feels like the struggle that has led you there. Feels like this is the... It actually feels like they're trying to get to her. And trying to get to that ending, that place of surety and self-confidence and kind of don't mess with me kind of energy. Three of Pentacles, teamwork. Teamwork makes the spell work. That's what just came to mind. Under the Seven of Swords. So that's following your intuition. But not on your own, necessarily. There is some alone here. Not necessarily, let's see, I've just had the words, the smartest person in the room, come into my head. Not necessarily as the person who will laud the fact that they are the smartest person in the room over everybody else in the room, because that's not within the nature of the person. But being the comic, being the person that sees and observes and can make jokes out of what they are observing and highlighting things to people through the means of laughter. Can be a lonely thing, lonely place to be. Because sometimes you're pointing things out that people don't understand. They might think that it's just a pure joke when there's a lot of reality within it. They might be missing the point. Missing the point. But there is a sense of real self-confidence in the fact that you are able to express this side of yourself. You are able to express what you're observing. You can observe what is going on around you with impunity, and you can do it with confidence and without the need to harm or humiliate anybody within the room itself. But you have the ability to draw them in. And even though some of them may not understand, maybe they're not supposed to, the others will understand and they will get what you're trying to say within the joke. Laughter can be a great means to make people think, help people realise or see things from a different perspective, or to point something out and be like, this is kind of ridiculous and this is why. In the comic kind of means of doing that makes it almost gentler for people to understand and hear. If you do it in a different way that's not comical, it can be more challenging for people to hear for sure. But it feels like there's an essence of fed-upness, an essence of being the smartest person in the room, and that being quite a lonely thing. Even though there is this level of joy and connection and kind of like you are able to express yourself, there's still a feeling of, what difference is it making? Like, who am I to do this? And not really seeing the impact that you're having on those around you as well. Hey, look, it's like a shadow puppet. That's to do with the shadow, right? That's why I noticed a shadow puppet thing. There's something to do with the shadow here that's holding you back. Sorry, I'm just having a drink. Something to do with the shadow that's holding you back. It's making you relive the struggles and the teamwork, but also the misunderstanding or the inability of some people to actually understand what it is you're saying. Can we have a message for pearl number 1, please? That will aid them in ice cream van. Who wants an ice cream? You hear that? So in England we have these ice cream vans that come around our streets, and they sell ice cream. Normally the kids come running out and like, Mum, ice cream van, give me my money. Anyway, they're loud. Is that a significant ice cream van? Is that what? Okay. So the cards that have come out here, this is the Ancient Stones deck. Be the mountain, slow and steady, foundations and patience. That patience with yourself, patience with others. Be the foundation stone. I think actually there's a message there about you aren't able, nobody is really able to turn somebody's ability to understand something to 100% their own understanding of something, because everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own means of understanding, as in, because they have their own perception and perspective, they have their own way of explaining what's going on in their lives, expressing the world around them, expressing themselves. And therefore, when someone is trying to impart some information to them, they have to integrate that information into the way that they would understand it. And just by doing that simple thing, integrating some information into a way that they would understand it, they can then become slightly misaligned with actually what was being said, because they've had to reinterpret it, they've had to reword it so that they can understand it. But that makes it personal. It makes their understanding personal. And this is why when there's a message that needs to resonate with someone, they need to find their own resonance. They have to find their own frequency with that information. And they do that by rewording it, by making it their own, putting it into their own perspective. So there is an essence here of, you cannot force someone or make someone understand something in exactly the same way as you understand it, because they can't. They will reframe it into a means or a way that they can understand, which makes it slightly different or very different. Now, as the mountain here, and as the comic, you are probably, or it feels like you're in a place where you're frustrated. People aren't getting what you're saying, or they're taking it in a different way, or the message is being skewed, or whatever is happening in that space. It's frustrating, it's depressing, and it's making you turn away from it a little bit, sort of like giving up. This is suggesting patience. It is suggesting not only being the foundation stone for yourself, as in realise your own inner strength, and just know your own certainty, but allow others to get to that point as well. By being slow and steady and not forceful, you can allow others to come to their own conclusions, and they will eventually come to a conclusion that aligns with your understanding, but it will be from their perspective. And that's what's needed, because everybody needs to see things from their own perspective. The perspectives can get aligned with each other. They are all going to be from a unique perspective, but they can be aligned in that the understanding leads to the same conclusion. It's a lot from one card, right? The records. Remember why you came. Be bold. Legacy. The records. I'm assuming they're referring to the Akashic records. It could be any records. And this, to me, these lights here, this is light language. Remember where you came. Remember who you are. Remember the foundations of who you are, basically. Matches the mountain card. Remember the foundation of you, that essence, that ever present, never breaking essence of you, who you are beyond the human body. That essence of you never goes anywhere. That essence of you is the record. That essence of you is the foundation, is the mountain. In fact, it's bigger than the mountain. Remember why you came, and let that be the foundation of who you are. The cycle breaker. You'll get through it. Cycle ending. Fantastic. Confirmation, you will get through it. One way or another, you will get through it. You will get past it. And whatever is making you fed up right now, this frustration around other people's ability to understand you and what you're saying, what you're doing. Misunderstand the meaning behind the joke, or what it is you're actually trying to say, because being the smartest person in the room and using humour to try and convey a message to people to get them to understand, it's a tricky business. Because sometimes people will just laugh without really thinking about what they're laughing at. And a lot of people will listen and be like, actually, that's a really good bloody point. Thank you very much for pointing it out. And that is really funny because it is so true. And other people will just laugh because everybody else is laughing. And unfortunately, that is kind of what happens. I'm laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm sure it's funny in some way, shape or form. Maybe someone can explain it to me later. And when you come to actually coming to that explanation, they're like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Why was that funny? It's just like, oh, okay. I'm just, at some point in the future, you might understand, but walk away. there is no, it's not up to you at that point to try and get them to understand what you're saying, because that could turn into an argument. Just saying. 22. I'm going to leave that there, I think. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that made sense to someone, and I will see you next time. I hope to see you in the next reading. All right, take care. Bye. Hello, group number 2. So you chose the healer card. Now the healer card. It's funny how a snake is the symbol of the healer, isn't it? So many people are scared of snakes. And the venom of a snake is quite anti-healy, right? It's kind of the opposite of healing. But maybe there was something about the venom that healers used in the past. Is that a thing? Possibly, right? Shamans might have used venom of a snake for some purpose or other. Do I need to look that up? Do I need to look up the venom of a snake? Can venom of a snake be used to heal, I wonder? Let's have a look, shall we? I am now extremely curious. No, hello? Okay. Can the venom of a snake be used to heal? I'm guessing if it was a snake bite, they would use the venom of a snake as an anti-venom somehow. Thanks to technology's advances in the past decades, there's now a wealth of data about some research shows that venom could lead to exciting new therapies. That's now. Put that here so I can. Venom as medicine. How spiders, scorpions, snakes, and could be helped to treat muscular dystrophy. Centipedes, blimey. They're looking at all sorts of venomous creatures here. So, okay. I'm going to assume. Okay, because, do you know what? I was watching something in Pompeii yesterday, and they had, in their homes, they used to have the home deities that they would give offerings to protect their homes. And they were in one of these homes after excavating it, of course. And then, yes, they revealed, this was in 2023, they revealed wall sconces, and they were snakes. There was 2 snakes on the wall. So the deities for that home were a snake deity. Something about snakes here. Transformation, they shed their skin. Let's see what the book says. Oh, the book's right in front of me. XV, so that's 25, right, I think. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we see easily drift away. that eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. That's in memory, not in actual being. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. Yes, the healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. Ice cream van again. Now I'm coughing. Interesting. The healer approaches this in multiple ways from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Aurora Borealis. Ouroboros. I want to keep calling it the Aurora Borealis, but that's kind of like mixing up the Ouroboros and the Aurora Borealis, which is the Northern Lights. Let's say here. The wounded healer is not someone who was wounded and is now healed. It is someone who continues to courageously break open the self and ego as a means for deep integration. So this isn't someone who's just like healed and then they carry on. It is someone who continuously is healing themselves. There's no healed version. There's just a constant version of growth. The image of the serpent is eternally tied to healing and medicine, both Western, the caduceus, and Eastern Kundalini study the serpent and its power. Yes, of course, the Kundalini. And all tied to snakes. Interesting. Okay. So, reading number 2. That was quite a loud bang, wasn't it? Let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, these are coming out more steady than the last pile. Can we have a couple more cards? You want me to look at those ones first? Okay, this one pinged out first, so 6 of Cups. Now, I kind of want to look up this card to see what the book says about it, because this feels like companionship, it feels like growth, but it also feels a bit incongruous because this guy is supposed to be this child, right? I think. How old is he there? And I don't know, this is only a picture, but it's supposed to depict something. And this dog wouldn't live this long. And I'm very much in the mood for it to make sense right now. And it could be a different dog. It could be a different dog. It's not going to say whether it's the same dog in this book, is it? But I just want to see what it says. Nostalgia. Reconnecting with people from the past, harmony, themes of your life, inner child and future self. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Nostalgia. Yeah, that is kind of what I got. Nostalgia. Remembering the puppy that was when he was a child. Could be a different dog. Looking back. In fondness. the world again. All things connected. So is this reading connected to reading number 1? The Lovers in reverse. It's interesting. I got the Yin and Yang single. Yin and Yang. Yin and Yang, Yang and Yin. Queen of Swords. Looking into the future. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Cups. Okay. Nostalgic. Strong connections to nostalgic memories. Feels like someone was on a pedestal, didn't work out, but the memory of them was probably better than the living with them. I've got pins and needles in my hand. Just whilst I'm over this card here, actually. It's over this whole section. I saw an aura on the previous card. I'm seeing one now as well. It's kind of pale blue again. Maybe these cards have just got a pale blue aura. Do these cards have an aura? They're blue cards, but they've got a green aura. I don't know what that means. Anywho. See, this feels like a mirror image. I don't know why. This is almost like there were choices here. But a choice has been made. And it's living in nostalgia. Living in the past. Wanting to relive the past. Wanting to recreate that. That's the choice that's been made. But that's like making no choice. And you should know you can't recreate the past. You can't recreate this. You're not going to be this child again. But it's also linked to this, the Lovers. This living in a dream. Wanting to recreate something that felt so good at the time. But probably wasn't actually that great. Or if it was the best thing in the world, that's come to an end. Which is very sad. And that's living in the nostalgia. Wanting it back. You should know all things are connected. if you've lost someone, they're still there. They're not in human form, but their energy is still with you. You might feel alone, but you have the strength. And you are looking into the future, and it is open. This is in the past. This is now. And we live in the now, so it's always. It feels like you've lost your King of Cups. But he's connected. He's there. Or she. Oh. Watching over you. Being in balance. You're not alone. I want to put that there because you're as connected to all of this as you ever have been. Maybe allow yourself. Let's just see what comes out of the cards. Getting tingles on my left hand side. Too many cards there, come on. Hand it over. Soften, surrender, forgive. You need to forgive yourself, maybe. Blessings, wish granted, good luck. Nothing else is coming. Wisdom Keeper, a new perspective, study and learn. What are you looking ahead to? Hand over your nostalgia, hand over, soften and surrender. And you know what? I have just been told you need to forgive yourself for moving on. For wanting to move on. For wanting to carry on. That's okay. It's okay to want to do that. You want to move on? Why wouldn't you want to move on? They would want you to move on. As with everything, you are blessed in that desire. And it is wise to do so. Get a new perspective. Find out something new about yourself. Allow yourself to do that. It's okay to do that. Be your own healer. And allow yourself this new journey. Because this has happened. All of this stuff in the past has happened. It's still there. It will always be there. They will always be there. And you will always be here. Oh, if you choose to be, obviously. You pulled the healer card for a reason. You wanted the healer card. This is why. You need to allow yourself to heal, not just yourself, your path, your journey. And allow yourself to do that. They would want you to. I want to cry now, but I'm not going to. So thank you very much for watching. I feel like apologising, but yeah, I hope you're okay. And I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hello, read number 3. You're well. This is the reading where the group even that chose the Hunter card. My immediate impression of a card is bursting out of the shadows into the light, heading towards the target. But it's also making me think of that mythical hunt, the sky hunt, for some reason. Is it Orion? Is it Orion hunting? Someone's hunting the Seven Sisters. I hate that story. It's to do with obsession, and quite frankly, it tells a massively big tale about humankind. Kind of the state of how we've got to be where we are. No, I'd look into it if I were you, but I mean, it's up to you, innit? Anyway, the Hunter. Let's see what the book says. Like all the other cards, it's got exactly the same aura as the rest of the cards, which is like a light blue. So I'm wondering if that is potentially just something wrong with my eyes. It could be a IX, and that's 9. Here we go. A up, Chuck. The Seeker, the Pursuer, the Predator. Ooh, I like a good Seeker card. One of my favourite things. The Hunter hunts. They are on a this is gonna. I'm finding this hard to read already. And the other ones I was fine-ish. This is where my, sorry, I do apologize. This is where my words become muddled when I'm trying to read, other things come out. So bear with me. I will try to make this as good a thing as possible. I'll read it. I'll put it there. You can read it for yourself. They are on a precise mission with an aim to return home empty-handed would be to fail. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eye. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-orientated. I want to say focused then, results focused, because that's business speak, and that's the usual speak that I speak at work. So mitigating circumstances. Anyway, like the great hunting goddess Artemis, who carries her quiver upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? And is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the Is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? That's interesting, isn't it? I think that's interesting. First thought. I know it's the hunter card. It's the seeking card. And yet there is always a weapon. When you activate the healer, interesting. When you activate the hunter archetype, you are aligning your energy with the great creatures of the world, the lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark. So do so with care. I burped. I do apologise. Study the Greek goddess Artemis. So my first thought was, don't tell me what to do. Straight away. The book told me to study the Greek goddess Artemis. My brain went, don't tell me what to do. Notice her nuanced relationship to the moon, the earth, and the feminine. The predator honours its prey with a precise and skillful hunt. The hunter deeply reveres the life it aims to take. So, do I need to look at Artemis? No, I don't. Okay, good. Oh, I should have moved that out of the way. Sorry, I do apologise, but no, this is not going to be for children to watch anyway. I had to take a break in between this reading and the previous reading, and I forgot that was on the table, so I do apologise for anyone that is offended by such ephemera. Anyway, the hunter. Let's see what the cards say. I've knocked these out a few times. Okay. That was interesting. Almost like it's hiding. That one was hiding. And that one was sticking out. So I don't normally do that with these cards. With this deck, they fly out. But those two acted strange. You're not going to do this now because I've taken this. This is a different reading, for sure. Any more cards? Honestly, these cards, they fly out. They were not flying out. These ones wanted to be picked. These two flew out. These two came out. These two were being weird, and then these two flew out. So we're going to do these two first. This one was first. Okay. Ten of Swords in reverse. Things have come to an end, and you are now looking into the future. But you're in reverse. Two of Pentacles. Juggling energies. Looks like a bit of a struggle. Not these two. These two. Okay. Three of Pentacles. That one was getting wedged. Ace of Pentacles. The Hunter, seeking the direction, the focus, target. What are you hunting? Why are you hunting it? Is the weapon you are holding absolutely needed for the hunt? What's the weapon? Why do you even have a weapon? That's my first thought, is why do you have a weapon? You're attacking something. Something's coming. You've got a future ahead of you. You can see it. It's right there. The Ten of Swords in reverse, though. I don't know what the reverse meaning means. Resisting the inevitable, not wanting to let go of negative emotions. Rock bottom, a narrative rooted in lack and helplessness. Devastating loss, recovery. Oh God. Resisting the inevitable, not wanting to let go of negative emotions. But there is recovery. It suggests to me that the hunt is the move towards what feels like an inevitable new beginning. But there's resistance. So the weapon will help cut through the resistance. The weapon here is absolutely needed to help get through the resistance to that new future. It's juggling two opposing energies. It's like battling. It's trying to wrangle them in. And one's very 3D and one is very outside or beyond or other than 3D. Energy versus manifest. Confirmation. It's this ability to juggle. It's this ability to wrangle. To pull these two things into alignment, to pull them into a semblance of togetherness. Togetherness. Acting as one. Acting as one. Palm of your hand, letting it grow. Knight of Wands. Seven of Cups. That's choices again. That keeps coming up. Snakes and ladders. Fast excited action, energy, going for it. That's like literally allowing yourself to just be excited and happy and full on. Head in the clouds. Pigs may fly, but pigs literally may fly. Heart, song, choices. Running in before thinking even. This feels very kind of scattered energy. It feels very fast moving. It feels very spontaneous. It feels very kind of like just do. Being the centre of attention. Interesting. This is really interesting because this feels like two different people. This feels like a person who is trying to navigate something that's coming to an end, but they're resisting that ending, and they're finding that they're needing to pull themselves into a state of alignment so that then they can work with the full self. That's what this feels like, so that they have this central understanding, that central being of who they are, so that they can grow in that space. And this energy feels like a person who is just go, head in the clouds, fast action, fast motion. Like being a centre of attention is their absolute focus. They love being a centre of attention, and they like to have lots of choices, and they will generally go for the ones which are speak to their heart. They follow their heart. They follow their instincts. They just let themselves be very free. And this person feels way more not uncertain, but more steady, more not even steady, that's not the right word at all. What are the words I'm trying to use here? This feels more of a struggle. This is the hunt. This feels like the hunt. They are hunting for this alignment. But they are still resisting something. They're resisting themselves. They're resisting the allowance of themselves to achieve this full alignment. Is the resistance forgetting the memory issue? So that's what one image I got in my head was of someone forgetting, constantly having to be reminded. It's okay, you can be reminded again and again and again and again. And the more you're reminded, the more you will remember. It's a slow intake of information. It can be very frustrating. You just want to know. You just want to have the connection. You don't want to forget anymore. You want to be aligned. It's frustration then. This is the weapon. This is the weapon. Being like this. Not being afraid to be the centre of attention. To go with the flow, to allow yourself to believe in anything, everything, do it. Just be, just allow yourself to be. And the more you allow yourself to be, the more in alignment you will become, because there's nothing else you can do but be aligned. Because this is you allowing yourself to be yourself, not holding back. final card, Queen of Pentacles. Look how self-assured she is. Absolutely grounded in herself, gloriously. Oh, she's just beautiful. This is you. You might feel that this is ridiculous. It's not. This is it. This is the weapon. Weirdly enough, if you want to become this beautiful Queen of Pentacles, and get out of this frustration, you can do it. You just need to allow your heart to sing. You need to allow yourself to do whatever you want to do without harming anybody else, obviously. But believe what you want to believe. Think about the things that you wouldn't normally want to think about, or would think that, oh, I can't think about that, it's ridiculous. Think about it. Do it. Find out about it. Research. Seek it. Find it. Look at it. Properly look at it. You can't know about something unless you look at it. And if there's something in your head that you think this is ridiculous, I've been there myself. I've been through many things, and I've watched many videos on YouTube, and heard many people explain many different things about all ancient aliens, for example. I had to watch that because I needed to know what they were saying. But most of the time, I was shouting at the screen, telling them off. Because a lot of the time, what they were saying was absolutely ridiculous. And it felt like they were actually insulting my ancestors. Like, for example, I'm going to go on a rant about this, but about the Egyptians not building the pyramids. Now, have your theories, I don't care. Believe in what you want to believe in. Ancient aliens built the pyramids. But do not state, under any circumstances, that the Egyptians didn't have things like pulleys and levers. Because they did. I can guarantee you. And it was insulting when they said on ancient aliens, they did all of that without pulleys and levers. It's just like, you have got to be kidding me. It was like they were actually insulting me because I felt like I was there as one of the engineers. Anyway, so this one just flew out. Explore what you want to explore. Think about what you want, watch what you want to watch. And what you resonate with will resonate. You will know what it is. And just allow yourself to be the fabulous person that you are. Oh my word. Look at that. Alignment. It's coming together. Precision. That's a beautiful card. That's a gorgeous card. And we're just talking about alignment. Aligning yourself to your whole energy self, which is what you're looking for. That's the hunt. The weapon in your hunt is this freedom to fully express and explore every part of yourself, which includes what seems like and may feel like the ridiculous, because in the ridiculous is the sublime. And because I say that because it frees your mind up massively to consider absolutely anything as a possibility. And the minute your brain is aligned to the possibility that anything is possible, you then align yourself to the fact that everyone is true. There isn't a single truth on the planet that every single person will agree to, because they will have their own opinion about it. That seems like quite a complicated but also very simple thing. If your mind is closed to any possibility, then it is closed to the fact that what they're saying could be as true as what they're saying. It doesn't matter what they're saying. It's as true to them, what they believe, as what they believe is to them. There's a massive thing about that. There's this massive need to be right, to be the most truthful person, to be the rightest person that can possibly exist. But the more we explore the divinely ridiculous and the biggest element of just human imagination, and explore it as in the possibility it could be true, there could be something to it, there could be something in it, there's the possibility that it is an actual thing in some way, shape or form. Then we are allowing ourselves to accept that anything can be true, including their truth, their truth, their truth. As humans, we have a very big need to be right, to be vilified, to be confirmed, to be validated all the time. We need to be validated. We need to feel like we are true. Unbroken connection, messages from spirit not forgotten. Weather the storms, let it change you, embrace the unexpected. There is no part of you that is forgotten ever. There is a constant connection. It feels like what I was just saying may have been opposed to other people's opinions, which is absolutely what is going to happen. Because people need to be right. And it's hard to understand, it's hard to hear that no one right thing is more important or more right than another right thing that somebody else thinks. But by creating this fast-moving, high-energy kind of ability to explore options, to allow yourself to think big, to think outside the box. Pigs can fly. Why not? I'm constantly having this conversation with my dad. He poo-poos things very quickly, and I'm just like, well, why not? Why couldn't that be the case? And, you know, just me saying that to him has challenged his thinking in that he then sits back and thinks about it. He wouldn't have done that before. But me saying to him, why not? Let's open up your mind a little bit here. Just open up your mind. Allow yourself. And it may be that other people turn around and say, you're being ridiculous. But who cares what they think? Yeah, they're right, whatever. They can go off and do their own thing. It's them being right in their own heads. You can't explain what you're thinking and doing in a way that they're going to understand it. So why bother? Why bother trying to do that? Why bother engaging with that? You know, you can still interact. You can still go on and do your thing. They don't need to know everything that you're doing or thinking or feeling at all times. And again, that might be controversial. Because we are in a culture where, you know, it's good to share, and it is good to share for sure. Sometimes it's good to hold things a bit closer. And allow yourself to become the person you want to be. And in allowing that process, you find an alignment. And then you become more yourself, and you can allow that to grow. This was a slightly longer reading than the other two, so I do apologise about that. I hope you got something from this. I I love this card, it's amazing. I've never seen that before. Alignment, look how beautiful that is. Again, this feels like light language. I want to dive into this picture. I've got tattooed on my arm. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you again next time. I hope you got something from this, and yeah, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.